Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today is, why do so many gyms fail? Why do so many gyms fail? Now, before we get into our topic today, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to bring as much information as I can to as many people as I can across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then a message for you folks who are looking to open a new gym and you need funding. You have an existing operation, you need funding. You're looking to make an acquisition, you need funding. We can help with funding from between $50,000 and $400,000. That is unsecured funding. There's no restrictions on use. The basic qualification for the program, it's a 680 credit score or better in all three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and then a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the two previous years. Be sure to check the links below under financing and funding for more information on that program, as well as additional financing opportunities we have available for you. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's, why do so many gyms fail? Okay, and they go in with high hopes, they have nice facilities, but it doesn't work. So let's talk about a few things, and if you find yourself, you're struggling, it's not going like you want, let's take a look at some of these, and maybe there's some things we can do to help get you back on track. And so number one on my list, I just talked a little bit about, but it's lack of funding. Don't go in undercapitalized, okay? It'll cause you to not hire the best people, to not put in the best facility, to not do the marketing, to not take advantage of opportunities. There's so many things, you won't be able to handle, little hiccups in the action, as it happens sometimes. So, so lack of funding. And so at its core, you want to make sure you maintain at least 1 month's operating on hand. You might want 2 to 3 months. So if it's costing you, say it's $30,000 a month to operate it, at least $30,000 sitting there, either in a line of credit or it's cash or something similar, and maybe as much as $90,000. Okay, core business principle. Now, the other thing is make sure you have enough working capital going into this. We find a lot of gyms, they sell a ridiculous amount sometimes of paid in full memberships to make sure they pay the bills, and they're not growing the dues base. You're creating additional liabilities. A lot of things can happen. Make sure you get funding. Again, you can check our links below under financing and funding. For any startup out there, you're thinking about getting started, or you just need funding, your business isn't really performing. It's based simply on credit scores and income, your personal credit scores, personal incomes, and you can check that out below, and it's unsecured. There's no restrictions on it, so you can use it any way you want. But lack of funding is a primary reason that places fail. Number two, it's an inadequate management team. It's an inadequate management team. Just understanding, fitness will not be enough. Okay, we have to understand, the business of this. Okay, and the business of this is when we look at our numbers. What is our rent? As a percentage. Okay, what is our payroll as a percentage? What is our recurring fees as a percentage? Do we know these kind of KPIs? Do we have a management team that understands that? Do we have a management team that understands, how to create an atmosphere that allows a motivated person to act? Do we have a management team that's willing to go out and train and develop people and to hire and recruit? Okay, do we have a management team, that's focused on, driving foot traffic in the front door? So there's a lot in there. Again, management team, it's not just the fitness component. There is a business element here. It's no different than, a doctor's office. Yeah, that doctor's office needs to be good at providing, the medical advice and direction, but it's still business. There's still rent that needs to be paid. There's still payroll that needs to be paid. We have to understand all that. Okay, and if you folks that are kind of new at this, check out the channel. We have, hundreds and hundreds, thousands even, of how-to videos here on the channel to help you with a lot of this. Number three, on what we see on why so many gyms will fail, is a poor infrastructure or poor business model. And here's what I mean by this. It's like, we'll start with like a website, okay? Do you want your website to be a nice online brochure, or do you want it to be a sales tool or a lead generator? Hopefully, it could be the nice brochure, but it needs to be a lead generator. It needs to be an online sales tool. Let's go internally. How we answer the phone. Do we know how to properly answer it? Do we know how to track incoming calls? Do you know how to respond to emails? Do you know how to respond to text messages? How to follow up on that? Do we have a sales process when a customer comes in? Do we have a price presentation process, a referral process? What's the outbound call script look like? All of this is kind of that business infrastructure, okay? An onboarding process for new employees. How about when your members aren't using the gym on a regular basis, and we're going to pull member usage reports to make sure we're communicating with them. There's a lot of infrastructure and business model information in there that we're going to have. Okay, so when you start looking at why gyms fail, this is usually where it comes back to. And again, when I go into a gym turnaround and we're trying to get it on track or back on track, these are usually where you're looking. And then finally on my list, I got 4 of them here for you. It's unsuccessful marketing. Okay, so here's the thing. You can have the nicest facility, the nicest instructors, the best of everything. But unless people know you're there, unless they're walking in that front door, it's simply not going to matter. Now, check the links below under marketing and advertising. For digital marketing, prize programs, and we do have programs that are proven, that are effective, that will get results for you. Check them out. They can help you get the door to swing, the phone to ring, the email to ding, the text to ping. This is what you're looking for, okay? Because what you have to overcome as a new business owner, or certainly a small business owner, you have to overcome that issue of obscurity, okay? The problem is nobody knows who you are, and those that do, they don't have you at top of mind. So it has to be overcome. And then really kind of right along with that, this gets back to infrastructure, it gets back to management team a little bit, but now we're driving folks in. Now we have to have that process to hopefully convert, a fair amount of them, to make the business work for you, okay? It just can't be we bring them in and they walk out, okay? There has to be a process that makes sense, okay, to get them converted. Again, you can check the channel for a lot of information on that. But look at this, lack of funding, where do you stand on that? We can help you. Inadequate management team. Does our management understand, really what the role is? We want to create an atmosphere that allows a motivated person to act. We need to hold them accountable. We need to train people. We need to develop. Okay, the infrastructure part of it, our processes, our systems, our website, how we answer the phone, how we follow up, our sales process, our membership presentation, our second sale, what's our personal training penetration rate, and then our marketing. Okay, we have to get people in that front door, and then we have to have a conversion process to hopefully get the majority of them, interested in wanting to become part of what we do. So take a look at these, see if this can help. So folks, again, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. To learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then again, for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You're looking to acquire a gym, you need funding. You have an existing operation, you need some working capital. We can help provide funding from between $50,000 and $400,000 in funding. It is unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The basic qualification for that program is a 680 credit score or better in all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and then a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. Check the links below under financing and funding for more information on that particular program and other options we have for you to help grow and develop your business. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. Appreciate you being here today, and we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.